What's up guys, Sam Adams here and welcome to Setup Generation 6, which is a video I do every couple of months whenever I get some new technical equipment for my setup. I like to show you guys what I've got and you know, it's something I enjoy doing, not to show off what I have, but just to kind of share with you guys what I'm playing with and what I'm working on. So the first thing I want to mention is that I am not totally technically inclined to what all of this stuff in here does. I can't really explain processors that well, but I can give you a vague summary of what they are. You know, I can kind of break down the machines, but I can't go totally in depth. And you probably don't care about that much anyway. You just want to know the basics, so that works out in my favor. But to start off, before we even go into the room, this is my pull-up bar right here that I use whenever I don't have time to go for a run. I love running and I love going outside and getting exercise and stuff, but sometimes you just are tired or you just want to do some sit-ups or pull-ups or stuff, or if you want to work on your arms, that is a great thing. This is actually a Gold's Gym pull-up bar. If you would like to get a little bit more exercise in your daily routine, I totally recommend it, because every time you walk through the door, you can just jump up there, do some pull-ups, and then keep on going. So now we're going to go on in. I'm rocking the Asus motherboard door handle customization, and this is what you walk into. This is the man cave. Love it, love everything about it, and we're going to break it down step by step, show you guys what I've got. So this is all just general stuff over here. You know, you've got all of this crap that I've accumulated over the years. I made this in art class one year, rocking out with Led Zeppelin. Got some games right here, movie collection, other things like that, a couple of games. And then this is pretty much storage over here and a little bit of background decoration. Obviously, you've probably seen that in a lot of my videos in the background. And one of my guitars over there, this is pretty much where I just kind of chunk the shirts I take off at night and just kind of leave them there. And whenever they start smelling, I then wash them. But that side of my bed is used for storage, because obviously I don't really have a partner, considering I live at home. You know how it is. So that's all storage over there. This is the background of the videos, as you can probably see. And then we'll go ahead and move on to the desk. So this is a pair of Audio-Technica headphones that I got last year. Can't remember the exact brand. I believe it's 2020. No, that's the mic that I was looking into. Can't remember what the exact model of these headphones are, but anything by Audio-Technica is awesome. They're one of the leaders in microphones, and they make a great pair of headphones too. But that is all kind of wired into this giant pile of wires right here, because it is actually an audio cable going into a 3.5mm headphone jack, so I had to kind of jerry rig it up. But that's great, because then I can plug this in, which goes to this giant speaker bar right here, which I've had for a few years, and it's a Sony speaker bar. I bought it from Walmart for about 60 bucks one Black Friday, and I really have no regrets about it whatsoever. It's great for watching YouTube videos, it's great for Netflix, it's great for Blu-ray movies, and it's also great just for general listening. You know, it's one of those things that's just nice to have, and it does a pretty good job of it. If you set it on the movie setting, the bass is nice, and I really enjoy that speaker bar. Moving on, this is a 46-inch Westinghouse TV that I got from Target last Black Friday, and it runs at 60 Hz, 1080p, does exactly what I need it to do, and it just works really well. And also, as you can see, just as a side note, I have YouTube loaded up here, but it's darker than you would normally expect YouTube to be. That's because I have the dark skin YouTube extension added to Chrome, which actually kind of gives a inverts the colors of YouTube to where it's not quite so hard on the eyes, and I totally recommend picking that out from the Chrome web store. But obviously you've got a light, a little bit of wall decoration here. I actually had two Target zombie handprints up here before we changed the desk around, which is why it looks like somebody got murdered right here. But I just kind of rode with it, and I smacked that nice little New York picture up there. And then you got Bob the Plant, just need a little bit of green in the room. And of course, a giant IKEA picture of the London Underground subway, which I assume it's the London Underground, but love that picture. It really brings the whole room together. And behind here I've got a Halo 5 poster and a Beatles thing. But now on to the stuff that's really important. This is my Logitech G7 10 Plus keyboard, which is awesome. It's got some brown switches in it, which means that it's not so loud like a stereotypical mechanical keyboard would be, but it's just loud enough to where it gives you a nice satisfying click back whenever you press on a key. Of course, Grateful Dad mousepad is being used as a nice coaster so I don't get lovely, lovely coffee stains all over my IKEA desk, which we'll talk about in a minute. But this is my Logitech G502 gaming mouse, which is great because it's got customizable weights on the bottom of it right here. Whenever you flick this door open, you can change how the mouse is weighted, and it's really awesome. Whenever you download the software, you can see this fades out a little bit and then comes back in. It has a heartbeat effect to it, and it's also got an optional free spinning wireless, or a free spinning wheel, so you can scroll, and it's really great. Totally recommend this mouse, especially if you play a lot of different games. It gets the job done across all platforms, really. And next up, this is my Blue Spark microphone, which I use for pretty much everything. And it is a USB microphone. This is the USB model. It also comes in an XLR edition, but it's just really great for all-around streaming and YouTube and stuff. It's got really nice quality to the audio, and it's what I use for all of my videos. You'll see it right in the middle of my video, actually, if you look back, probably for the past 3 months or so. I've been using this mic, and I really can't say enough good things about it. And then you've got this Asus monitor right here. This is a 24-inch monitor. Again, I'm not going through all of the details of the actual models, but it's on Newegg. I believe it's like $279 at the moment. Sometimes it goes on sale. But it's 144 hertz, which means that anything 60 frames and above looks absolutely immaculate on this monitor. And I can't say how much I love it, especially when I'm playing like Team Fortress 2, Dota, Battlefield Hardline. Everything looks great on this monitor, and the colors stand out well. So it gets my seal of approval. I really enjoy it. That's what I game on now. Or at least that's what I PC game on. And so moving on over, you've got your game collection right here. These are a couple of the weights that come with the Logitech G502. They're not too dense, I believe. Actually, these are 3.8 grams a piece. Not sure if that'll focus in, but they're 3.8 grams a piece, and it really changes the way the game feels. And I really love having a differently weighted mouse, and it's very customizable. So if you can't tell, I prefer Xbox, but that's my game collection if you were ever curious. And of course, I've got the Battlefield Hardline disc over here, which I have to take a moment to thank all the guys over at Movie Pilot who sent me a copy of Battlefield Hardline. And as a thank you gift for posting stuff on their website, I can't express how much I appreciate you guys checking out my videos and showing interest in hosting me over there. It really means a lot. And also to the guys over at Attack of the Fanboy who sent me the code for the Call of Duty DLC that came out last week on PlayStation 4. That's an awesome DLC pack, and I can't thank you enough for sending me that stuff. But yeah, so we've got that so far. This is my HTC One M8 that I use as a, usually as a Twitch screen, maybe to monitor the chat whenever I'm streaming, things like that. It's always there. I've got a nice little stand for it that's years and years old. But this right here is my Logitech C920 webcam. And it's what I use for all of my videos. It records up to 1080p. I normally keep it at 720, but it really does get the job done. And the microphone is not that great, but it's pretty much the industry standard whenever you're talking about webcam recording and webcam streaming. It's great all around. It's got a great picture quality as long as you've got a separate mic that can kind of deal with that thing. So you've got a Kindle Fire up here that I never use, a calculator I use to calculate my bills and stuff, and a grenade, which is not live. So this is the BenQ monitor that I've been using for years. It's actually the most popular video on my channel as of the time I'm making this video, and it's my unboxing video of this particular monitor. So this is what I use for my PS4 and Xbox One, and now this computer. This is the old laptop that I originally used to do all of my YouTube work on, and ever since I got that computer, which we're going to talk about here in a minute, I'm saving the best for last. This has been wiped. It's got Windows 7 Professional on it, and it is now being used as a work computer for the real estate stuff that I do. And that's hooked up to pretty much your generic wireless mouse and wireless keyboard, which is great because Logitech has this little receiver right here that I believe I've talked about before, called Unity, and it allows you to kind of unify all of the Logitech wireless devices you're using on one computer into one little USB port so that you don't have to take up all of your computer's ports with those little receivers. I love that. Can't thank the guys over at Logitech enough for thinking about that. And of course over here, this is pretty much controller storage. There's a PS4 DualShock right here, an Xbox One controller back there, another Xbox One controller, and a couple of miscellaneous things. A copy of Battlefield 4, some Microsoft hand sanitizer. I don't even know why that's there. And then you've got the PlayStation Vita over here, and my camera's about to time out, so we will hop right back in right here. So this is my DualShock 4 that I use for everything. I've been using this one for months, and I just particularly like the white model. I don't know why, I just really enjoy it. But then down here, as I get down lower, up on top you've got the Xbox One, down below you've got the PS4, and that's where I keep my consoles. I dust them off regularly, which I need to do tonight, just to keep all of the ports and stuff clean. But that's the best way to have them. They're sitting on hardwood floor, so there's plenty of air circulation. I've got them to where there's just enough room in between them for the ultimate form of circulation. If you have consoles, make sure they have enough airflow, because if you don't, you're going to have some problems. Behind that picture is a whole bunch of wires that are going into the wall, as you can see right there, and it's just generally a mess. So my mom had the great idea of covering that up, and I do like having that covered up. So whenever I stream, this is what I use to as a pop filter for the moment. It's clamped onto the desk right here, and it pretty much just covers up the mic, and it gets the P's and S's a little bit less profound whenever I'm speaking, and I just kind of shove that back up underneath there whenever I'm not using it, and it works out pretty well. So now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Besides that, that's my new Nintendo 3DS over there that has Pokemon loaded up on it, and Guilty Addiction. Yeah, that's been talked about. Love the new 3DS, but it's not as great whenever you're sitting around all of this stuff. So now, this is the computer that I've been building for a long time. It has an i7 core processor in it. It's got a GTX 970, 8 gigabytes of RAM, 3 terabytes of storage, a solid state drive, which I believe is 128 gigabytes if I remember correctly. It might be 256, but either way, I've got the operating system loaded up on it. I've got Skyrim loaded up on it. And in general, this is just a beast of a machine. I watch videos in 4K. I was playing Tiny and Big Grandpa's Leftovers earlier, and I was getting over 2,000 frames a second. To put that into perspective of a normal game, I was playing Battlefield Hardline, and I was pulling probably around 100. So, obviously the GTX 970 is doing a lot of that work, but the cool thing about PCs is that later on down the line, I'll be able to upgrade this thing as much as I want, and I might even be able to build another computer, just taking parts out of this one and putting them into another computer and then upgrading this system. There are just so many possibilities that those consoles over there just can never live up to. So, that's an awesome computer. That ended up costing me about $1,700 between the keyboard, the mouse, the monitor, and that. That in and of itself cost me about, I'm going to guess, $1,400. And totally worth it so far. I've been playing a lot of games, and I've been recording a lot of stuff, and it's great in general for YouTube. So, that's about all I've got. I've got my school computer box over here that I have to return in a couple of weeks because I am graduating, as most of you know. And I think that about wraps it up. So, if you guys have enjoyed this video, please drop me a like down below and comment what you love about your setup. What's your favorite part of the stuff you game on? Is it the console itself? Do you have an awesome TV? Or are you building your own setup as we speak? Let me know in the comments down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel or you've never seen any of my other videos before, take a moment to head over and check them out. I upload new stuff like 4 or 5 days a week, so there's always something new for you to check out here on the channel. And as always, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for watching this particular video, and I'll talk to you soon. Peace.